DawnDares2Dream, I like to inspire and motivate adults to dream again. Because as we go through life and take on our different roles and responsibilities, we tend to put our dreams on the back burner. And my goal here at DawnDares2Dream is to help you pick those dreams back up and to pursue them again. Now, I want you to understand, I started DawnDares2Dream because I wanted to relay my message and my heart and my feelings across to whomever would listen. It can be difficult getting your closest family and friends to understand the way that you believe and when you try to express it and share it. So this was like my backdoor way into letting everybody know. Now, I may have lost some viewers as a result of that because they don't agree, and that's fine. I am definitely a proponent of everyone having their own thoughts, their own process, their own mindset that works for them. Your religion works for you, you keep that. No one's telling you to get rid of that. Whatever it is that works for you, continue to use it. I'm just saying that sprinkle some of this other information on it, this personal development information that I'm providing you, and see where your life takes you and how you take off personally. Always remember, we are in control of how we see our environment. I don't care what everyone says it looks like or everyone says it is. We are in control of how we choose to perceive the environment. Hey dreamers, welcome back. And thank you to all the new dreamers who stopped by DawnDares2Dream today to see what we're all about. Well, today I'm going to talk a little bit about my bipolar journey. So I'm going to add one more episode to that series. So at the end of this video, if you want to hear more about my bipolar journey, definitely click on the link at the end of the video. It'll be up here and you can click on it and you can see more episodes if you like. But today I really wanted to talk about how I had like a dizzy spell for a couple of days. I'm gonna say about a couple of months ago, and I just was like, didn't understand where it had come from and why I was dizzy. And then it hit me. I had been dizzy a little bit before, maybe about 6 months ago or a year ago, something like that. And I talked to my psychiatrist and she told me it was because I'm losing my electrolytes because I now work out on a regular basis. So I'm sweating a lot and I've changed my eating habits. And so I'm not getting as much sodium intake. And because I take lithium bicarbonate as one of my medications, it kind of threw me off balance. And you would think that's very interesting that I didn't really change that much. It's not like I was ingesting more sodium, which would probably be bad for me as well. But I'm taking in less sodium, and it causes me to have a balance issue. So I decided that, because what I do is I take all my medication at night. And if you watch my bipolar series, I've talked about this, where personally I felt that I needed to take my meds all at night because they made me too drowsy during the day. And this was really in the beginning stages of being diagnosed. But I've been taking my meds this way the entire time. I never thought to change it up. So I also think that had something to do with it. The fact that I take all my medication all at once, so all that lithium is going in my system all at once, and then I'm not intaking the sodium like I was before. I've changed my diet. I think my body just was like, what is going on? What has she done to me? I put it off kilter because of the type of medicine that I take, and then changing my eating habits. It didn't work well together with the way I was taking my medication. So I sat back and I thought about it and I said, I don't want to feel like this. And plus, this was actually prior to me going on my 46th birthday vacation. And I was going on this vacation alone. And I said, I don't want to be on vacation and then have a dizzy spell and have to be in the bed for like a day or a day and a half. The vacation was only 5 days long, so I didn't want to do that. So I said, I have to figure this out before I go on vacation. So this was probably in July when this came up, maybe the end of July. So I pondered on it and I said, you know what I'll do? I'll take the lithium as prescribed. It's prescribed for me to take it one pill 3 times a day. So spread it out about, so it's 24 hours divided by 3, that's 8 hours. Every 8 hours, I need to take a pill. Now, I don't precisely do every 8 hours, but what I do now is I take one when I wake up, And then I take one usually after I work out. And then I take one when I'm going to go to bed. That's how I've been working it. And then I also take my Seroquel. I still haven't changed the Seroquel. I take the Seroquel all at night because that makes me even more drowsy than the actual lithium does. So I've been doing this, and I went on vacation this way, and everything seems to be pretty good. The one thing I can tell you is I noticed a difference in myself having the lithium, which is the mood stabilizer, in my system throughout the day, all day long. Because it's like a dose of it in my system. So at work, over, I'm going to say the past couple of months, I've been kind of irritable. Now, granted, at work, I'm at home, but when I'm in meetings with my boss or other people, I could tell that I was a little bit on edge. Well, since I've been taking my medication like in the morning, and then I take it like basically at lunch, I've been a different person at work. I'm not as on edge. People don't really set me off so easily. So I'm actually seeing the benefits of taking my lithium all day long. But what I will tell you, it is making me drowsy. I have to fight against the drowsiness. And how the drowsiness manifests is I don't want to do anything. And I'm like, why don't I want to do anything? Why am I in this mode of not wanting to work or not wanting to like cook or not wanting, I just don't want to do anything. It's because the lithium has made me kind of lethargic, and that makes me not want to do anything, not want to move around. So if I take my lithium, and which I do sometimes before I work out, like too close to the time I'm supposed to work out, I have to wait about an hour or so, maybe about an hour and a half, and then I can go work out, and some of the drowsiness lifts a little bit, but I am in a basically drowsy state all day long now. But I'll go ahead and be drowsy all day versus having a dizzy spell, because the dizzy spells are really bad. Like, I was laying in bed, and the room was spinning, whoop, 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 and I have a vision board on the back of my bedroom door. And when I looked at my vision board, it was spinning, like it was doing flips, okay? It was like going upside down. And I was like, whoa. I was like, this has to pass. I can't even get up to use the bathroom because I can't stand, because if I stand up, since my equilibrium is off and I'm dizzy, I'm going to fall, because me standing upright doesn't feel right. I can't tell what's really up and what's really down. Do you understand? So I said, this has to pass, and it did. And as soon as it passed enough for me to get up and use the bathroom, I did, because I said, I don't know how long this is going to last. And it actually lasted about that night and through all of the following day. And when I woke up that next morning, it was okay. So maybe about a day and a half it had left. But I also didn't take any of the lithium because I was trying to get back to some kind of normal. And then I had an appointment with my psychiatrist, and I talked to her about what had happened, and she told me that, if you change your eating habits, you're not eating meat anymore, and I'm not eating that much processed food. She said you've probably eliminated a lot of sodium from your diet, and that is what caused the imbalance in your system, and that's why you got dizzy and you couldn't really stand. So I'm like, okay, so I have to make sure that I'm communicating. I say this throughout my bipolar journey, that you have to communicate. You have to communicate with if you have a talk therapist, you need to talk to them about how you're feeling about things, So if you're feeling more sad than you should, or you're feeling more up than you should, whatever it is, you need to share this information, because this information is going to equip them with the knowledge that they need to say, your meds need to be adjusted, or maybe you're on the wrong type of medication. Don't always look at it in a negative sense, that if I tell my doctors what's really going on, that, they're going to hospitalize me, or they're going to put me on some meds that I don't want to be on. Remember, you always have a choice. I just did a video series that the title was Only You Have the Power to Change Your Life. And in that video, I talked about all the different times in my life where I made the proper choices that have led me to where I am today. And that's what the message that I want to leave here with you, that just because they tell you something or advise you to do something doesn't mean that you have to do it. They're not going to lock you up or put you in a hospital if you are not harming yourself or harming others. You're fine. But you need to communicate, because you might find that a different medication works wonders for you. Like I told you earlier in this series, I love Lamictal. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Lamictal made me feel great. I felt like the best I've ever felt. I'm going to say I felt as close to normal as probably I can feel, like on the inside. But they were afraid I might have been allergic to it, because I did get I got like a rash that kind of broke out on my back. And my psychiatrist told me, she told me to just stop taking it. And then she put me back on lithium. We had switched and went to Lamictal because I was thinking that I wanted to have a child. So this was around a time of me thinking I wanted to have a child. So we wanted to go off of lithium, because taking lithium while pregnant isn't good for the fetus. So we wanted to take a different medication that would help. I ended up, as you know, not taking any medication once I found out I was pregnant. And I just went that route, and I was monitored by my doctor and everything. And I never had any issues. It was like having Robert growing in this inside of me. It helped with my chemical imbalance, and I was actually felt better and a better person. Those hormones that usually make other women a little wackadoodle, they helped to stabilize me. I would like to think. Now, granted, this is from my perspective. I don't know how his dad felt about me being pregnant and how I treated him. I just know I felt very clear-headed, and I slept really well. And for me to sleep really well without any medication, it was like this, I'm living my best life. Do you understand? So just remember to communicate, and remember that this is your life and you make the choices. But if you don't speak up and communicate with them about what's going on with you, then how are you going to know what choices you have? Because they can't make you do anything. It's your choice. So why don't you get educated on the proper choices, or the many choices that you may have, by communicating with them? And so I would have never known that it was my diet that caused me to be this way, had I not spoken to my psychiatrist. And you know what she said? She didn't tell me I needed to take any more medication. She didn't even tell me I needed to switch it the way I was taking it. She just told me to make sure that I get enough electrolytes in my diet. She told me I need to drink, a lot of sports drinks that have electrolytes in it, and eat things that have potassium, like bananas. She just kind of advised me on what I needed to do to supplement what I had kind of taken away in a healthy manner. I'm the one who decided to go ahead and switch my meds to the 3 times a day, and to see if that would help me. And to be honest with you, I actually like it, because I'm not as on edge. Now, granted, I'm a little bit more sleepy all day, but because my work place has changed and I'm at home now, it's okay that I'm a little drowsy all day. I'm not driving on the highway, an hour to an hour and a half in traffic to and from work. I'm not doing that anymore. So I don't have to have that fear. I'm not leaving the office to go to lunch and driving. I'm literally in a house. So if I'm a little drowsy, I'm in a house, it's not impacting anyone in a negative way. As long as I get my work done, it's fine. And so I've been doing this, I'm going to say, for about a month and a half now, because I started sometime after, before I went on vacation. I went on vacation August 18th, I think. And so now we're in September 18th. So it's been about a month or so, maybe a month and a half. I've been taking my meds this way. And I noticed, yes, I'm drowsy, but I've also noticed that my mood is better, because again, lithium is a mood stabilizer. So it's important that I take it throughout the day. Now, I'm not quite sure 100% what the Seroquel does, but I kind of think it helps with the mania, because I'm more up and excitable and irritable than I am down and depressed. That's just the nature of who I am with my bipolar. And I don't know if I'm bipolar 1, bipolar 2, and people know all these numbers and stuff. I never asked. I just know I'm bipolar. I don't know which one I am. But remember that you should communicate, because communicating is going to get you the answers to the questions that you have that you're not asking. So always speak up, always answer questions. Remember that you have the power to choose. No one tells you what to do. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Also remember that there is a share button down there with an arrow. So why don't you share this to your social media platform like Facebook? Leave me a comment down below with any questions that you may have. My face is going to be up here in a circle. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, click on my face, select the gray bell, select all. That way you'll be subscribed to my channel and you'll be notified to all the new content that I place up here to YouTube. And I'm also going to put the last series that I actually worked on. And so it's called Only You Have the Power to Change Your Life. And I'm also going to put the My Bipolar Journey series up here as well. So, I always enjoy chatting with my dreamers, and I'm so glad that you hung out with me today. Have a great day, dreamers.